You have to trust me.
The night the stars fell. Silver Creek was a small town tucked deep between the forest and the hills. Quiet, almost forgotten by time. The only thing that ever truly broke its silence was the stars. On some nights, they blazed across the sky like silver fire, and the locals whispered that the sky was alive. Ethan Hayes was walking home that night. His backpack heavy and his heart heavier. He was 22, working at the gas station by day, sketching strange, beautiful worlds by night. Since his parents died in an accident years ago, the world felt gray. But that night the sky wasn't gray, it was burning. A streak of light tore across the heavens, screaming through clouds and bursting into the forest just beyond the ridge. The ground trembled. Birds fled into the night. Ethan froze. Then something inside him, a strange pull, made him run toward it. Through branches and fog he found it, a crater still glowing blue like molten glass. And in its center lay a girl. She was unlike anything he had ever seen. Her skin shimmered faintly like moonlight caught in water. Her hair glowed silver, her eyes violet, large and full of confusion. She wasn't burned or hurt, but she looked fragile, terrified, and completely out of place. Ethan's breath caught. Are you okay?" he whispered. The girl looked up, voice trembling with an accent that didn't belong to Earth. Where am I?" He stepped closer. "You're in Silver Creek. You fell from the sky." She blinked slowly, confusion giving way to fear. "They'll find me." "Who will?" But she didn't answer. Her eyes rolled back, and she fainted in his arms. Toothed the girl from the stars. Ethan carried her to his small cabin at the edge of town. He laid her on his bed, covered her with a blanket, and sat across the room, wondering if he'd finally gone insane. Morning light poured through the window. The girl stirred. Her violet eyes opened slowly. "Human," she said softly, as if testing the word. "You helped me." "Yeah," he said nervously. "You fell from the sky. What are you?" She looked down at her hands, light flickering beneath her skin. "My name is Leora. I am from the world of Elindra. I didn't mean to come here. I was escaping." "Escaping?" Ethan leaned forward. "From what?" "From war," she said quietly. "My people are born with power, light that can destroy or heal. The council wanted to use mine as a weapon. I couldn't let them. So I ran." Her voice was music and sadness wrapped together. Ethan didn't know what to say. He should have been afraid, maybe called someone, but instead he felt something else. Connection. "Then stay here," he said impulsively. "No one will find you in Silver Creek." She looked at him for a long moment, as if trying to read his heart. Then she smiled faintly. "You're strange, human." "I've been told," he said, and for the first time in years he laughed. 3 days of wonder. In the days that followed, Ethan taught Leora about Earth. How to cook pancakes, how to use the radio, how to pretend to be normal if anyone asked. In return, Leora showed him pieces of her world. When she touched a dying flower, it bloomed again. When she sang, the stars above his cabin seemed to hum with her voice. But what fascinated her most was him. She watched the way he smiled, even when life had given him nothing to smile about. She studied his sketches, landscapes of stars and impossible worlds, and said softly, "You dream of places you've never seen. Maybe your soul remembers." Ethan found himself falling, not just for her beauty but for her light. The way she looked at Earth like it was something sacred. The way she listened. One evening while they sat by the fire, Leora reached out and touched his hand. A soft glow pulsed between them. "Ethan," she whispered, "do you know what happens when a being from Elindra gives her power to someone else?" He shook his head. "She becomes mortal. But the other becomes more." Her eyes softened. "We never do it. Because power is life." Ethan frowned. "Then why would anyone?" "Because sometimes," she said, her voice trembling, "love is worth dying for." For the hunters. That night they came. 3 orbs of light tore through the sky, landing miles from town. Leora woke instantly, her glow fading into fear. "They found me," she whispered. "The hunters." Ethan jumped to his feet. "We have to go." She grabbed his hand. "No. They can track energy. If I use my power again, they'll find us faster." He thought fast. "Then we hide. Deep in the mountains." They packed what they could and ran. Through the woods, through the silver mist, until their lungs burned. Behind them, the night shimmered with blue light. The hunters were close. Leora stumbled, clutching her chest. "My energy. It's weakening." Ethan turned, heart pounding. "Come on. We're almost." A burst of light hit the trees beside them, splitting them in half. 3 figures emerged. Tall, armored, eyes glowing white. "Leora of Elindra," one boomed. "Return the stolen power. Return to your people." She stood trembling. "I won't go back. I choose my own path." "Then you will die." Ethan stepped between them. "You'll have to go through me first." The alien hunter tilted his head. "You would die for her, human." "I'd live for her," Ethan said. "But I'll die if I have to." Before the blast could hit him, Leora screamed, and a wave of light erupted from her body, hurling the hunters backward. The forest exploded with light. When it faded, she collapsed into Ethan's arms. 5. The gift. They found shelter in a cave high above the valley. Leora's glow was fading, her body trembling as if her energy was slipping away. "Ethan," she whispered, "they will come again. And next time I won't be strong enough." He held her close. "We'll run farther. We'll hide." She shook her head weakly. "No. You don't understand. My kind doesn't stop. They'll burn this planet if they must. Because I carry the core, Elindra's heart. It's inside me." He looked at her, stunned. "Then we'll find a way to get it out." She smiled faintly. "There is a way. But it means giving it to someone else. Someone I trust." Her hand touched his chest. "You." Ethan froze. "No. Can't. You'll die." "I'll live," she said softly. "In you." Tears burned his eyes. "Leora, I can't." She leaned closer, her forehead resting against his. "You once said you dreamed of the stars. Maybe that was me calling you. Maybe this was always meant to happen." He couldn't speak. His heart broke and mended in the same breath. Then her lips touched his. Warm, glowing, infinite. Light poured through him, burning, reshaping, transforming. His veins filled with stars. His breath became pure energy. When it ended, he was gasping, glowing faintly with her light. And she lay still. "Leora," he whispered. Her eyes fluttered open one last time. "Promise me, Ethan. Use it to protect, not to destroy." "I promise." Her smile was soft as the dawn. "Then I am home." And with that, the last glow faded from her body. 6. The star within. For days, Ethan didn't move. He buried her beneath the silver trees, where the stars reflected in the lake. But strange things began to happen. When he touched the soil, flowers bloomed. When he cried, the night sky shimmered in answer. Her power was within him, alive, breathing, waiting. And when the hunters returned, he was ready. The first beam of energy struck him, but instead of burning, it dissolved against his skin. His eyes glowed violet, the same as hers. "You shouldn't have come back," he said quietly. Light exploded. When it cleared, the hunters were gone, scattered to stardust. The forest stood silent. He fell to his knees, exhausted but at peace. For the first time he understood. Leora hadn't given him power just to survive. She had given him a purpose. 7. The last starfall. Years passed. Silver Creek changed, but Ethan didn't age like the others. The power inside him kept him between worlds, half man, half starlight. He used it quietly, to heal, to protect, to bring light where there was darkness. Every night, he sat by the lake and spoke to the stars. And sometimes, just sometimes, the wind carried a whisper back. Soft, familiar, full of love. "I'm still with you, Ethan. Wherever the light lives, I live too." And when people of Silver Creek looked up at the brightest star in the sky, they said it always shimmered a little warmer, as if it remembered love that crossed galaxies. Then,